In this section, we're going to look at solids in geometry. So before we were looking at all two-dimensional shapes, so just the areas of flat shapes. And now we're going to start looking at volume. So you can take a look at this cube here, this die, and imagine all the space that takes up the inside of it. So imagine like filling that up with water. How much water could that fill up with? And that's volume. So there are a few different kinds of special solids that we're going to study. The first is called a prism. What a prism is it has two bases. You can read the definition up there, but it has two bases. So it has this base here. This is a pentagonal prism because it has 5 sides. So notice the 5 sides here, and then switch colors here, and back we have parallel to the first pentagon is another pentagon. So we call both of these bases. So both those pentagons are bases and they're parallel. And they're connected, you can see, by rectangles or parallelograms. So what connects them, use another color, we have these parallelograms going all the way around. And we call those faces. So these are faces. And the front and back, call this guy here a base. So we can do it with pentagons, hexagons, decagons, any shape. We have a polygon in front and a polygon in back, the same polygon in front and back. So you may have noticed one other thing is these dashed lines. Notice some of these lines are dashed and some of them are solid. Let me erase this real quick. So you notice that we have some dashed lines going along here, and we also have solid lines. So the dashed lines represent lines that we can't see if we're looking from the front. This is, imagine it looks kind of like glass, so you can kind of see through it. But if we have a solid we can't see through, we use dashed lines to represent the lines that we cannot see. All right, the next shape we have is a cylinder, which all you guys should be familiar with, kind of like a Coke can. And we just have 2 circles that are our bases. So we have base here, and we have a base here. And the face is the round part around. It's the curved surface. So here would be the face. Now all these shapes, they don't have to be straight up and down. I could draw a cylinder that looks like this. That's still a cylinder, even though it's slanted. Same thing goes with the prisms. All right, another shape we have here is a pyramid, which everyone's familiar with. Most of you guys have seen pictures of this pyramid over in Egypt. It's a famous one. So pyramids, we'll look at a few different kinds. This would be called a rectangular pyramid. You can probably guess why. We have a rectangle here for the base. So it would be called a rectangular pyramid. Here we have a 5-sided base, so that's a pentagon. So this would be called a pentagonal pyramid. Notice that no matter how many sides the pyramid has, no matter how many sides the base has, we always have triangles connecting. So here we have triangles, here also. We have triangles connecting to the top. No matter how many sides the base has, we'll always have triangles for the faces. All right? The last shape we're going to take a look at is a cone. You guys are probably familiar with an ice cream cone. So a cone has a circular base, and then it curves into a point at the top. Also, we have a cone that looks like this. It can be slanted. It doesn't have to be straight up and down. So The last thing I want to talk about is cross sections. So imagine my friend, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle over here, Leonardo, taking his samurai swords and chopping a shape like this cone here right in half. So we call what shape it makes right here a cross section. Okay, so in this case, if I chop a cone like that, it's going to make a circular shape, right? Or maybe an oval shape. If I chop this pyramid right in half right here, this would be the resulting cross section. And that looks to me like it makes a trapezoid. So different shapes, if you cut them in different areas, the cross sections make different shapes. So if I cut a pyramid right through there, if you kind of think and visualize for a minute, but the cross section should make a triangle. Or if I cut the top off perfectly like that, that cross section should make a square or a rectangle. And in class, we're going to make some shapes and take a look at the different cross sections that they make. All right, that's all for today. I'll see you guys in class.